Well, hello, Amy.
Hi, Corey.
How are you today?
I'm great.
Good. I would like to ask you a few questions about staging your home for sale.
It's a good question. I get asked that one a lot.
Yes. Just in general, what's the first thing you would tell somebody as they prep their home for sale?
Well, the most important thing in any market is that you position yourself really well to maximize your exposure to potential buyers. There's a number of different things that can be done. You certainly could go the route of hiring a professional stager, and we have several that we work with that help us. But just in terms of, being the best in terms of condition, simple things would be just making sure that your house is decluttered. That means, closets may be really well organized so the house doesn't appear like you're running out of space, or, organizing kitchen cabinets, things like that. Getting rid of a lot of things on shelves, removing personal information. When a buyer walks into a house, they want to feel like it's their house. And if it's so heavily enmeshed with personal information on the family that's currently there, it's very hard for them to bond with the property. So we tell our sellers a lot, if you're moving anyway, bubble wrap some of your important pictures of grandma and grandpa and the kids, put them away so that a buyer can walk into a clean slate and really see themselves there. Other things that we recommend is, the first impression is the outside of the house, keeping the yard free and clear of debris, making sure that if it's the spring, there's flowers planted, maybe in the fall, pumpkins or mums, things like that, that make the house feel very inviting. Cleaning up the front door area, so that's their first impression and their curb appeal. And the house should be really well lit. Walking through the house, making sure all the light bulbs are on and the windows are open and clean, so that you really can get a good sense of how bright the house is. There's just a couple things that we share with people, because we know that people that stage their house generally will sell their house a lot faster and for a lot more money.
So staging doesn't necessarily mean you have to spend $10,000 to get your house ready and rent furniture and do all that kind of thing. I think that's the impression most people get.
No, that's an option. There are some people that do need a little extra help and are willing to spend the money to invest in positioning their house the best that they possibly can. You certainly can go in, and when I meet with sellers, a lot of times I'll walk through, after we've decided that we're moving forward, and I'll give them just a punch list, room to room, little things that they can do. And paint is one of the best things that a seller can do. It's pretty cheap if you've got kids that can help you, or you can do it on a weekend, just touching up baseboard and trim and doors, just to give a really fresh, clean impression makes such a big difference. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. Statistically, the National Association of Realtors compiles the statistics by talking to numbers of home sellers and then matching that with the MLS data on what sells and realtors across the country. And we know that 84% of the homes that are staged sell much, much faster than homes that are not staged, because the appearance is that the home has been well maintained. There's the perceived value that if the home is well maintained, that all of the systems have also been well maintained. So it's really just giving a fresh, clean palette to a buyer coming into a property that makes them feel like they can move right in and make it their own.
Do you recommend your clients that they do upgrades in the home, like they redo the kitchen or they redo the bathroom? What's your opinion on that?
We're starting to get into a pricing question. I think there's a price attached to every outcome. We certainly can give that information to a seller and let the client then decide whether they want to take it off the top or whether they want to invest the money and hope they're going to get it back. One of my favorite phrases when I'm working with people is, you never spend a nickel unless you're going to get a dime out. One of the things that we track very carefully is the cost to value report that comes out every year, again from the National Association of Realtors, and you never get 100% back of anything that you spend. Most of the time when people spend to improve their house, it's so that they have the enjoyment, the physical enjoyment, while they're living there with their family. So if you know you're only going to get an 85% return, I think that's a question that you have to have, and that's kind of the maximum that you get with some capital improvements.
Gotcha. Okay, great. So it's more of keeping the house clean, decluttering, getting it ready for for showings, not necessarily putting a ton of money into the house because you're not going to get it all back.
That's true, and it's hard sometimes for sellers to make that connection because they love their house and they have their stuff there and they feel that that's what makes it homey and wonderful, and so it can be a challenging conversation at times, but I think what we have to redirect them to is if the goal is to move out, get to the next place that they're moving to, and do it in a reasonable amount of time, then they have to position themselves well, and staging is one of the best and most efficient ways to get them there.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Amy.
Thank you. Again, if you ever need any other information on staging or other selling home tips, please contact us at info@greaterphillyhomes.com, and you can always go to our website, greaterphillyhomes.com. Have a great day.